Hello again. It's me. I guess this is what we're doing now. Oh yeah, I ended after fighting this, but the army guy got the kill. So since I'd saved just beforehand, I was like, oh, I'll just try this again next time. So here we are, living in a eternal groundhog. Wasn't expecting the guard to die. That's what threw me there. Ooh. Thanks. I know I got stabbed, but fuck it, we'll live with it. It's fine. A little bit of stabbing never hurt anyone. Not in Pathologic. There's never been a time where I've, spontaneously died without expecting it because my health was lower than I was expecting. I'll just walk around with a stab wound. It's fine. It's fine. So it looks like we've got another sort of night of wandering the streets and doing, the sort of mundane parts of this game for a few hours. So we need a topic. We need a topic to talk about. We need a topic. What's a topic right now? Aside from a fairly underwhelming chocolate bar full of hazelnuts. Hazelnuts, right, in a topic? I think so. I don't know. Honestly, I don't even know if topics still exist. I only know, like, oh shit. Hang on, pal, I'll be right back. I wasn't expecting to be out of water. Yeah, my only sort of real interaction with topics is that they're in celebrations. You got the mini ones in celebrations. I don't think I've seen, like, a full-size topic, like, in the shops. I don't think that's a thing anymore. But, like, the little ones still exist and are in one of the most prominent, like, chocolate collection tins in the country. That's a bit weird. That's a bit weird. They live on through celebrations, I guess. Should really just buy... Wait, why can I not... Oh, because my inventory's full. I think. Yeah, my inventory's full. I was going to say, I should really just buy the bandage and not bother with the tourniquet, and it looks like I'm doing that because I don't have space for the tourniquet. Wait, did I just give him 10 water for one item? Yes, I did. Well done, Joe. Well done, Joe. Oh well, mistakes were made. We will strive and continue. Why am I talking to you? You're useless. Actually, literally useless to me. All you do is steal my kills at this point. So, when I started up Steam this morning, so I could record this, I noticed the Steam Autumn Sale was on, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. I'm not really in a super comfortable position to be buying a bunch of games right now. It is coming up to Christmas after all, and I have to spend all my money on family members as per tradition. But I thought, well, maybe there'll be a couple of games I could pick up on the cheap. And to be fair, I've not really investigated the sale. I probably will end up picking up one or two things. It's usually the way. But the thing that caught me off guard, I guess, and sort of put into perspective just the cost of gaming these days, is I noticed Diablo 4 was on sale, which is a game that I still have a passing interest in. It seems like it was popular for all of a week and then everyone forgot it existed. But I'm a long time ARPG fan. I love Diablo 2. It's one of my, quite possibly my biggest nostalgia game aside from maybe Pokemon. Oh fuck. We didn't want you to kill him. I wanted to trade with him. And I like a lot of other stuff in that genre as well. Titan Quest, I think, is a very good game. Path of Exile, I have mixed feelings on, but I did like that game a lot for a long time. I do like that sort of game quite a bit. So I do eventually want to get around to playing Diablo 4. So I was like, oh, okay, maybe I'll consider picking it up now. 40% off, that's not bad. And then I saw the price. And despite being 40% off, it's still like £36 or something. And that's wild to me. That's like nearly a half price reduction, and it's still sort of the price I would expect to pay for a video game. And I know the costs of developing games have gone up a lot, right? Like, especially these big AAA games, they're not churned out in like 18 months anymore, you know? We're not in the PS2 era anymore. Games aren't produced that rapidly, and by, you know, they've gone from being made by teams of like 50, 60 people to being made by teams of like 300 people, you know. They've all got to be paid a decent wage, you know. These things cost money and take time, and I appreciate that, so I understand the prices have gone up a lot. But at the same time, like, I don't know what I'm doing here, man. I'm just sort of wandering about. I'm on my high horse, so I'm not really paying attention to the game. I should save, I know that much. At the same time, despite all that I just said, gaming as a medium is the most profitable industry, like, most profitable entertainment industry in the world, at least, I believe. It dwarfs Hollywood, you know, films these days. It absolutely dwarfs it. Gaming is immense. The player base you have and the potential customer base you have, but for especially AAA games, is huge, right? Like, sales records are being broken all the time, just all the time, by video games. So even though it costs more to make them, it's a one-time investment to make them, right? And then you're selling to a much bigger customer base. So I'm not convinced prices did have to go up. I'm really not convinced of that at all. I'm not sold on that whole thing that we're being told by all the big publishers at the moment. I'm really not. I guess my point is I want my games cheaper, and I'm going to have a little tantrum about it, but I don't know. I'm not entirely sure if I'd enjoy Diablo 4 that much anyway. The whole sort of... It's another game that has gone open world, perhaps to its detriment. I don't know, it might be really good. I've not played it, but my experience, and obviously this is a personal opinion, for sure, absolutely a personal opinion. This sort of thing is absolutely a selling point to a lot of people out there, and you know, I don't sort of knock them for that or anything, but as far as I'm concerned, Zelda got worse when it went open world. FromSoft's Souls formula got worse when it went open world. Dynasty Warriors went a hell of a lot worse when it went open world. Like, open worlding for the sake of open worlding because it's the popular thing to do is not the solution, and I'm not convinced that it's going to benefit Diablo 4 particularly. But, you know, I've not played it, so what the fuck do I know? You know, it might be really cool. I think, honestly, more so than any of those games I've just listed, Pokemon as well. You know, I have praised Scarlet and Violet in the past for trying new things, and I do appreciate it when Pokemon especially tries new things, because it is very much a series that's stuck in its ways. But on the whole, I don't think I'm ever going to replay Scarlet and Violet again, whereas I replay the linear ones all the time. I'm replaying Pokemon Black on this very channel right now. Like, there'll be a video up for it tomorrow. It's already recorded, man. It's already recorded. So, like, yeah. I lost my train of thought there a little bit. Yeah, I think Diablo possibly is a game that will benefit more from it, because the formula for Diablo, I guess, is very one note anyway. It is just wander around in a big field and kill things generally, which, you know, is sort of what open world games do well. So yeah, I think of all the games that have gone open world, it's possible that an ARPG like Diablo is going to be one of the better games for doing that. So fair play to him. I probably will still pick it up and play it. I mean, I definitely will still pick it up and play it at some point, but I think it's going to have to drop more. I still don't think it's worth the buying cost for me to spend fucking 35 quid on it. We'll see though. I mean, I paid 20 quid, just shy of 20 quid, I think, for the King 2 a few days ago, and have barely played it for like half an hour. So, you know, if you want to talk buying cost versus actual playtime, I'm sure I'll get my money's worth out for the King 2 eventually, though. I played the first one so fucking much, man. So fucking much. Those poop angels, dude. I don't know why I'm hanging out in the infected district. I don't know why I'm here. I was just talking and wandering, and look what I've fucking done to myself. Jesus fucking Christ. Let's get back to a slightly cleaner area of town, shall we? This was a mistake. This was a mistake, man. In fact, where did I save? I saved before I came in here, right? We're just gonna wind this one back, I think, because I've just been sort of mindlessly ranting about the games industry rather than actually achieving anything in this video game. So let's try and do that just a little bit better, shall we? Where are we? Okay, yeah, we're here. Yeah, I did basically nothing between coming here aside from get infected. So let's head this way instead. I might go to the town hall actually and see if Block's got anything for me, because it seemed like Aglaya's quests were updating like at midnight. I definitely went through at like 4 in the morning one day, and she had the next day's quest for me already. So I don't know if Block's going to be doing the same now that we're into his territory. Now that he's our sort of go-to quest NPC. I'll have a look at that. I might even head back over and speak to Aglaya again, see if she's got anything else to add to the whole situation. That was a loud gunshot, considering I can't actually see anyone with a gun. Christ knows where they were. And I've said it before and I'll say it again, there's a lot of games, big games come out this year that I have just not touched. Like the games that I should be interested in, but I've just not... I've not gravitated towards for whatever reason. I think it is just that cost of buying into a AAA title these days it's a lot, you know. It's a lot for what I potentially get out of it.
And I haven't held counsel, even though it's against the... You are not the only...
Okay, he's got nothing to add right now. Fair enough. Yeah, I think once the prices start coming down, you know, I will play the new Zelda, I will play the new Pikmin, I will play the new Final Fantasy. Like, they're all sort of on my radar, in my sphere. The new Mario as well. Also the new Sonic. That's another one, man. That is another one. I struggle to see how they can justify, if you like. And I'm sure they've done the market research and know exactly... Fucking hell. You go anywhere near a plague district and that happens. Anywhere near one and that happens. It's fucking criminal. Whew, okay. I need to really get a handle on where all the plagues are today, because I've not been looking at my map at all. I've just been wandering and I keep just sort of stumbling into plague. Where's safe? Oh, fucking nowhere is safe. Holy shit, look at this. You can't even go to this side of town. Jesus fucking Christ. Holy shit. This is bad. I guess we'll just stay in the bottom half of this area of town for as much of today as we can manage. That's bad, man. That is real bad. Again, what was I saying? I keep interrupting myself. I've always been very good at that. Trying to hold 2 conversations at once, even when there's no one else in the fucking room. Yeah, Sonic. I was talking about Sonic. Sonic Mania was a really good game. Actually, one of the first games I played on this channel, I think, which means it's been out a while at this point. Like 2017, 2018, something like that. I like Sonic Mania a lot. I've gone back to it a few times, played through it quite a few times at this point. I get a hell of a kick out of it. If you watch my old Sonic Mania videos, I was dog shit at the game back then. I'd not played a Sonic game in many years, or at least a 2D one. So it took me a while to get back into the swing of things, but honestly, I'm okay at them now. I do enjoy just picking that game up and just blasting through it in an afternoon or whatever. It's quite fun. This year, we've had both the Sonic Origins, is it called? The remake collection, and now Sonic Superstars, which are both, you know, new, if you like, 2D Sonics in the same, you know, they've obviously seen that Mania does work. It makes numbers. It is well critically acclaimed, whereas the 3D games are not that. So they've gone, okay, well, we'll make more 2D games. Great, good to see it. Both of the two new Sonic games, they look good. They look good. I still prefer the 2D pixel art to the sort of 2.5D 3D aesthetic, but like that doesn't affect gameplay, right? That's just a visual choice. They do look fun, but they're like 60 quid each. Sonic Mania was like 25. How do they justify that? How do they swing that? The same sort of game, published by the same company. I know it was a different developer, but you know, published by the same company. And they're asking for like double the price. And it's like, my dude, I'd love to pick these games up if they were sensibly priced, but I'm not paying that for a fucking 2D Sonic game in 2023. Like, you know, like it or not, 2D games have been sort of relegated to being like B tier, right? Don't get me wrong, I love 2D games. Like a lot of my favourite games from the last decade have been indie Metroidvania stuff. And I make no secret of that. Iconoclast, Hollow Knight, Death's Gambit, fucking Salt and Sanctuary. Like, all these games are fucking incredible. Blasphemous is really good. Which reminds me, Blasphemous 2 is out this year. Need to check that out as well at some point. So I love a 2D game, don't get me wrong, but we've established at this point that games like that sell for max 25 quid. Maybe 30 at an absolute push. An absolute push. Sometimes you can justify 30 for a game like that if it's exceptionally good. I think I may have paid 30 for Shovel Knight, but Shovel Knight is like 6 games in one, so you know, that's fine. But then Sega are out here going like, no, we think we're going to charge 60 for it. We think we're going to charge the same for this as, you know, the latest Assassin's Creed or whatever. And like it or not, and don't get me wrong, I am no Assassin's Creed fan, but those are much bigger, broader, more detailed, more, you know, there's been a bigger workload to develop one of those games by a long shot than a 2D Sonic game. You know what I mean? Like, you don't need a team of 300 to make a 2D Sonic game. And if they had a team of 300 for that, then, you know, that was maybe a little bit overkill. Maybe just a little bit. I could make a 2D Sonic game. I'm not gonna, because I've got zero artistic talent. It would look like fucking Sonic. But I'm pretty certain I could make a 2D Sonic game fairly comfortably. I might even do that. I mean, don't hold your breath for it anytime soon, but I might actually try and do a little bit of game development on this channel at some point. Might just do a little bit of that, because I know the basics, right? I know my way around Unity Engine. Might be a fun thing to start mixing into all my gameplay videos, I don't know. But yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how. Well, as I say, I do know how they justify that because they know people will pay it. I'm sure plenty of people have bought into these new Sonic games for that sort of price. You know. That's not me, unfortunately. I'm not going to do that. I'm still sitting here waiting for Frontiers to drop to below 30 quid so I can finally give that a go, because that actually looked quite good. That was another game that went open world. That was one I missed off my list there. But I think that justifies it more, because Sonic is all about going fast in a, you know, 3D Sonic at least is about going fast in a big open area. So give Sonic a big open area to go fast in. That makes sense, right? I get that. I understand that. A lot of the level design looked a bit weird, just with like grind rails floating in midair or whatever. Like, from a sort of realism perspective, if you want to go down that route, it didn't make much sense, but it did look like it could be fun. If you just want to ignore any sort of sense of narrative cohesion, which is probably for the best if you're playing a Sonic game anyway, you know. We don't talk about the game where he was making out with an underage girl, you know, like that's probably not for the best. But still not played that one. I keep meaning to be fair. While we're on this little Sonic tangent, I'm gonna sort of delve into that a little bit, because I like Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 quite a bit. I admit they're clunky ass fucking messes of video games, but they are fun to play. And Sonic 06, which, you know, is by all accounts even clunkier and has the world's most cringe plotline, is still following the adventure formula, right? I think I'm going to play it at some point. Like, I never played it just because, you know, it was the bad Sonic game. And considering how bad some of the not bad Sonic games are, like I thought Unleashed was dog shit, but apparently the community think that one's good. Knew that was coming. Thought I'd be able to line of sight him before he threw the knife at me, but alas, I failed. Yeah, so I never played it just because it was supposed to be the worst one, but I think I mean, that might be objectively true, but from a pure, like, preference perspective, I think I might enjoy it a lot more than a lot of the other 3D Sonics, honestly. Whoa, dude. That was a gap closer and a half there, wasn't it? Speaking of gap closers and games that came out this year, I'll tell you what looks surprisingly good. Surprisingly good. And that's the new Nickelodeon All-Stars, whatever the fuck it's called, the Smash clone, the second one. I never played the first one. It just didn't look that appealing to me. But I've seen a little bit on the new one, and it... How did I fuck that up so badly? And it looks surprisingly competent. And it's got like an interesting little story to it, you know, a bit of a subspace emissary sort of plotline thing going, which looks like it'll be fun to play single player. Plus you can play Garfield. And here's a secret for you, right? Here's a secret for you. I liked Garfield before he was a meme. I grew up with Garfield the cat. I had several books of his comic strips, like compilations of his comic strips, and I read them religiously. I've seen basically every episode of the Garfield and Friends cartoon, as well as the 9 Lives movie, which came out in the 90s or possibly late 80s, which was just weird and surprisingly good. Not so big a fan of modern Garfield, the sort of 3D animated Bill Murray Garfield or whatever, but yeah, I actually genuinely am a Garfield fan. I would go so far as to say that. So having him playable in a Smash clone is just fucking awesome as far as I'm concerned. Don't get me wrong, I'm happy to jump on the meme train as well. Like, the Garfield without Garfield comics are just fucking great. And that one channel, you know the channel. I don't think I have to say any more than that, but that one Garfield channel that does the Garfield things, that is just... It's just really something. Yeah, there's some interesting Garfield content out there. But yeah, I have like a genuine, like, completely without a trace of irony, nostalgic love for Garfield, and that's never going to change. Snoopy too, to a degree, but less so. Less so. What am I doing with my time right now, man? I mean, basically just waiting for the night to be over and wandering around talking about fucking nothing, I know, but... I think I can get up in this one before he's dead. Actually, I think the knife guy's gonna win this. Yeah, look at that. Destroyed him. Fucking destroyed him. I'm gonna slip around this way so I don't pull him into the guards. Come on then. Ah, fuck. Whatever, I'll commit to it. I'll commit to it. Oh, okay. I didn't save after the last one. stabbed, I got hit by a rat. I'm probably going to get hit by a rat again. It's, yeah, we got to load again. I'm sorry. It's going to be one of those videos, you know. I think likely all that's going to happen in this one is we're going to make it till morning. Like, there's not going to be anything interesting happen in this one. You can probably skip the rest of the video, I'll tell you right now. But I will just wander around and talk about video games and Garfield the cat for another sort of 15-20 minutes there. I thought there were 2. Did I save after beating the first one? Maybe I did. I thought he was fucking locked then, he wasn't moving. I think they do struggle with the Changeling if you space them well enough. Because you can get them into a position where you're able to hit them and they're not quite able to hit you, so they just sort of shuffle forward uncomfortably a little bit. Don't really achieve much. They just very slowly walk towards you and you can just very slowly step backwards, slapping them in the face. She's definitely the strongest of the 3 characters in Melee, by far. I mean, obviously the fact that she can't use guns puts her on a major back foot, but... I don't know, maybe the other 2 would have been just as good if I was fighting with them unarmed. Maybe it's just knives reduce your melee range, which is ridiculous, but it's the sort of ridiculous that Pathologic lives for, you know what I mean? This game loves just being broken in the stupidest ways. Don't want to be here then if I'm just going to get ratted constantly. I hate that there's rats in non-plague areas. I think they're only in the sort of black areas, the post-plague areas if you like, but it's still annoying enough, you know. Okay, I'll tell you what we can do with our time actually. I have so many lockpicks. Alright, wait, hang on. That button. There we go. I'm just going to do some B&E for a bit, I think. I think this is more productive than just wandering around doing basically nothing. Hello. Can I steal from you without your strange posh man in the corner getting mad at me? I'd really like that milk. You can probably see that though. Maybe if I take it from here. Yeah, we're good. Means I should be able to loot this as well. If you would kindly get the fuck out the way. Thank you. There's an egg on this table. Can I get into a position to... I don't really care about the egg and the biscuits, honestly, but I think I can take them safely. Yeah. Don't know about the egg, though. Can't seem to target the egg. Oh, hang on, it flashed for a second there. Saw it flash. This is my new it's my new primary goal in life, is to loot this single fucking egg. Okay, I give up. Hello. Hello. Not looting this room then. Let's see what's upstairs. Very nice of these folk to not, like, just come swinging at you the second you walk in the room, you know? Because, I mean, I'm just, like, straight up breaking into their house. I'm going to switch to mouse and keyboard for this looting section, I think. I think it's just easier. Not much in here, is there? You disappoint me. If it wasn't for the fact I had a billion lockpicks, I'd be considering loading and trying to find a better place to spend them, but once again, I have a billion lockpicks. Not worth it. Let's just get the fuck out. Okay, next house. I'm just going to use up my lockpicks, I don't care. I don't care. I have no particular reason to hang on to them. don't even really need to be looting, to be honest with you. The main reason for breaking into the houses right now is to try and find a little girl to trade with. Try and get a bit of schmauder scumming done. Just my cool new terminology for repeatedly leaving and entering. That's what I meant to say. A house in order to try and convince a little girl to give you a schmauder. I think it's good terminology. God, these houses are all a bit shit, aren't they? Aha! Hello. Thank you for the single coin. And the nothing. Okay, there is a spooky man in here. I think I can loot this safely. There's nothing in it though. Quite a few lootables in this room. I don't know if I killed that guy. Don't know if it's worth killing him. Okay. Ooh, bread. Thank you. Thanks for the bread, kind stranger. Oh. Okay. Yeah, it might be worth doing a little bit of a combat in this room, just because there's so many things to loot. I know it won't do my reputation any favors, but fuck it, my reputation's fine at the moment. Let's tussle. Fuck. There better be something good in one of these cabinets to make up for the fact that I have to kill a man for it. I'm sorry. I know. I'm a bad, bad man. Oh, 3 coins, that was worth the murder. Nothing in that one. Nothing in that one. A single fish hook in that one. Apparently can't loot. Oh, there we go. Nothing in that one. Wow, okay. That is disappointing. How much did that hurt my reputation? Is it enough that I should... Nah, my reputation's fine. It's fine. We'll live with it. I'm not going to make a habit of doing that, but I mean, what the fuck? There we go. In my defense, there was like 6 lootable cabinets in there. I thought one of them would have something useful in it. I don't think that was too much of a stretch to assume that one of them would provide me with something useful. Oh well, on to the scumming. I know what I can do here is save and then repeatedly load, and so I don't waste my time doing this, but honestly right now I'm just kind of looking to waste my time. I'm just trying to pass time until morning, so I'm quite happy to just accept that I spent time doing this canonically, you know. I think the only time I actually did repeatedly load every time I checked the girl was in my first playthrough, End of the Harrispex campaign, where I first found out schmauders were like a thing. And I was trying to save all my dudes. On a very, very short time scale. Pretty certain I never actually fully save scummed doing this as the Bachelor. And I saved everyone in that playthrough. I'm going to try and save everyone in this one as well. That's why I'm doing this. I mean, I've got enough schmauder, I'm pretty sure, to save all my people at least. But I'm going to try and save everyone. Still going to embrace my own ending, but, you know, it's just nice to, it's just nice to save everyone, you know? Feels good. Plus, I think at least the chat with the developers in the theatre, if not also the chat with the powers that be, were only triggered for the Bachelor by saving everyone. So I'm assuming I'm going to get some interesting bonus content as the Changeling if I save everyone as well. It might just be the same bonus content potentially, although I've already had the chat with the powers that be, so like I can't imagine that I'd get that as the Changeling as well, you know what I mean? come on now. Do I even have enough tradables for this? Just a curious question. I've got some nuts, some fish hooks. Oh, I've got a bunch of needles, yeah. Got at least one schmauder's worth. I'll see if I've got... I keep getting stuck on these stairs. Fucking guardian of the stairs there, hands on hips, waiting for me to come down. Fucking school mom. Clara Changeling, if you don't get down here right this second, there will be hell to pay. I guess Clara Sabarov? I think she was officially adopted by the Sabarovs, right? I don't know. I don't know if she took their surname or not in the, like, 6 days that she knew them before they all turned on each other. Not canonically confirmed. Ho hum. Any more video games I can complain about? It does get to the point sometimes in this game where there is no longer anything to talk about. I feel like I've talked myself in circles enough while playing this game. Sort of trying in my own little way to simultaneously praise it and complain about its flaws. Like, because I mean, the way that this game can make me hate and love it at the same time is wholly unique to it. But like, I don't think I can phrase my feelings on the matter. The weird, what's that term? There is a term for that, isn't there? To feel two conflicting emotions about something at the same time. I can't for the life of me remember what it is. But yeah, that's. I feel like I've spoken at length at this point in the 100-odd hours I've been playing this game. And those feelings haven't really changed throughout. I think I have warmed to the game more as I've got used to its quirks and foibles. Oh, there we go. But on the whole, okay, we're actually one off being able to buy a second one. Oh no, we got a flower. We got a flower. Cool. So yeah, we can keep going and get a second one here. Good to know. That should be enough schmauder for the whole family, I should imagine, if we can get one more out of this girl. Schmauder to last. Schmauder for everyone. We'll have a full-on schmauder party, I think. Yeah, I think I'm generally going to struggle to, like, every year on this channel. I think maybe except the first one. I think first year I was doing this, I didn't do one. But every year since, I've done a top 10 games list at the end of the year. I am going to struggle this year. I really am, because I've just not played anything. Like, I'm sort of tallying up in my head, and I've played maybe like 5 or 6 games that came out this year total. Like, that's not enough to make a top 10 list, and I didn't even enjoy all of them. So it's like, yeah, there's just not going to be one this year. I might try and find something else to do to sort of celebrate the end of year instead. But I just don't have the ammunition this year to do it. I think a lot of this year has been dedicated to this game in particular. Like, I have been playing this game on and off since the beginning, well, since before the beginning of the year. It's been like 18 months I've dedicated to Pathologic on and off. And obviously this game did not come out this year, not even slightly. So, and because I've been playing less new games on the channel, as a result, I've played, less new games overall, because a good percentage of my gaming time is spent on the channel, I don't get a lot of free time, so like the hour a day that I commit to doing these videos is quite often the only hour I play games that day, So yeah, I don't have a great deal to comment on, honestly. I could probably, I'll name drop my game of the year probably. I think I already know what that is, but I'll save that for the end of year extravaganza. But beyond that, don't know, honestly. I say I'll have to think of something. I don't like not marking the end of another year of waffling my way through another God knows how many hours of video games. I don't like letting that go by without marking it in some way, so I'll think of something. I don't know, one idea I've sort of had, and it would cost me quite a bit of money to do this unless I get a bit sneaky with piracy, is to like rapid fire review a bunch of the games I've not played. And obviously I won't be able to play them enough to give a fair critique in order to sort of include them in my top 10 list, so I'm still not going to do that, but just like playing like an hour of, as I say, Diablo 4, Final Fantasy 16, Pikmin, whatever number it is, 4, right? Mario Wonder, Sonic Superstars, all of that. Just play all of them for like an hour each and just sort of give a brief roundup of my thoughts. Atomic Heart is another one. I say there were a bunch of big budget games that I did mean to dip my toes into. Zelda. Yeah, but just putting aside a day to just burn through all those games, just a little bit of each one, and just have a first impression sort of thing on the year as a whole. Maybe even Hogwarts. I do not care about Harry Potter, but a lot of people seem to like that Hogwarts game, so I might play that as well. A lot of people seem to hate it on principle, which I understand. Like it funds a turf. End of story. But yeah. Again, the wonders of piracy, eh? You don't have to feel bad about things like that. Like that's sort of been my take on when it comes to separating art from artist or whatever. Like there's a lot of I'm a big music guy, and there's a lot of bands and artists who have done some pretty scummy shit in real life who I don't feel comfortable supporting particularly. But hate to say it, I still pirate most of my music to this day, That's usually my approach when it comes to music. I'm not a Spotify guy. I fucking hate Spotify as a platform. So I'm still, the boomer who downloads MP3s, right? So basically everything I hear for the first time is usually pirated. And then if I like it, I will go out and buy the record, buy some merch from the band, support them financially in some means based on, whether I actually like the music or not, which I think is a better way of doing it, personally. That's my take on it. And obviously, if they're really scumbag people, then I just, regardless of how much I enjoy the music, I just won't support them. And then I can live with a clear conscience, right? So, it sort of extends to video games as well, in that perspective. Like, I would feel no guilt playing Hogwarts Legacy, despite how shitty misrolling can be. If I wasn't paying for it. So, Anyway, we got our 2 Schmauders, which is very cool. Our health is low. How are other stats doing? Yeah, I might just chug some Meridorm and sleep now. Bump my immunity up before I sleep, get my health down to practically nothing, and then yeah, sleep it off. I think Lara's is probably the best place to sleep right now. Or I guess the old Gimpskis, but we've started heading in this direction, so I guess we're committing. Mr. Knife Man, look and see. Is there a knife in your hand for me? Are you struggling there, bud? Is the unfortunate geometry of this game giving you problems as much as it gives me problems? Oh shit, actually, look, Lara's is plagued. Fuck. Shit, Lara's is plagued. I guess we'll go down to the Olgimskis then. Which is still a word I'm saying wrong, I think. I can never remember if it's Olgimski or Olglimski. I think it's Olglimski, right? I think the L's after the G. Olglimski. I always say Olgimski. I don't think it matters a great deal. Honestly, considering they're one of the major families, they always feel like a bit of a footnote. I guess they're more of a relevant family in Haruspex' campaign. But it always seems to be more centered around the Kanes, and then in the Changelings campaign, obviously the Sabarovs have a lot of impact as well. Oh, also in the other two as well, because it's the Sabarovs who, you know, start the whole sort of plague crackdown business. The Oglimskis are just sort of there, doing their thing. You know, one of them's digging a hole, one of them's being a weird mystic girl, and the other one's just like, yes, I am fat and rich. That's my character arc. I'm fat and rich, and I will continue being fat and rich. That's what I do.
The winter comes soon, I hope.
Yeah, me too. Winter is coming, you're right. He knows the memes. Chug chug. And sleep. For 5 hours. Yeah, I'm committing to 5 hours. Oh shit, we're a long way into day 10 now. Hope I've got enough time to do all my shit. Also, my infection just fucking skyrocketed. What the hell? I'll do something about that, don't we? And then bandage, and then eat, probably. Day 10 in which Clara deciphers the hidden purpose of the miracles and the changeling accepts the inevitability of death. Whew. Almost didn't read that in time. Okay, I will save in a different slot, because I just realised how much time I wasted there. I didn't realise we were quite so close to the morning. What do people want of us? Oh, not kin rights. Okay, you're famous. Come at once. Everybody is searching for you still, although not as much as they did before. You're on the good side of the Canes now, so better watch the Inquisitor. Reuben has made a discovery about you. Signed by the hand of the Notkin, the soul of the halves. I thought me and Reuben were cool. Why is Reuben causing me trouble now? Let's go see what Notkin has to say. Let's hear the full words on that. It does seem like I was meant to have interacted with Notkin more than I did, because I had an option to say to someone earlier, Khan, I think, the youngest Kane, about how I was good friends with Notkin, and I was like, I don't think I am. And now he's writing to me as if he's like my best mate and confidant, you know? I don't... Have I done anything for Notkin at all in this campaign? have we interacted beyond, like, me introducing myself once? I really don't remember if that is true. I don't remember if that's a thing. I'm apparently being stalked right now. Someone's trying to kill me, so I'm just going to shake that off real quick. Quick visit to old Griefy boy. God, I hate how difficult it is to get out of this compound. It is faster to just go round it, I think, but I just always want to go through it. I don't know why. I don't know what compels me to do that, but something does. Something definitely compels me. The power of Christ, possibly. Hey, you. I don't like your girlfriend. I wasn't meant to go that way, but it did, I'm sorry. You. I need to barter. That's not a lot that you're offering me, is it? But I guess I'll take it. Have more stuff next time. I need to buy stuff. This is Notkin's house, right? This one here? Yeah. What's up, buddy? You wanted to see me?
So, Bachelor wants to know how the tower works.
Have you heard the news already? What news? Reuben's made a discovery about you. You should see how they're fussing now, walking about and bribing the kids and sending out messengers, as if we were on the eve of a battle, no less, and it's all to do with you. Who's they? Well, Reuben, Barak, the Bachelor, the whole medical bunch. Didn't they tell you anything? No. So they're being sly about it. Probably want to con you, or they've got in touch with you long ago. Or have you been hiding? I haven't. They're all Clara this, Clara that, and how it'll be the worst thing in the world if you slip away. 2 of the lads have heard Reuben and the Bachelor having an argument about you. So heated they almost got into a fight. Pity about the almost. Well, I've warned you, so my work here is done. Will you join our gang? I might. Alright, let's see what Reuben wants then. I was going to wrap up after this chat with Notkin, but I kind of want a bit more detail on this. I probably should have asked Notkin for that instead of just bemoaning that, you know, Reuben and the Bachelor, was it? Whoever it was, didn't end up coming to blows, but yeah. But yeah, I kind of just wanted to say that because it felt very in character. Okay, so let's see what Reuben has to say. I don't know what's going on. I don't really remember Clara being that important a figure towards the tail end of the game. She just sort of blended into the background for me because I had much bigger things going on with both the other 2 characters, but I don't know, I guess maybe I'm relevant. I don't know if it's in a good way or a bad way though. That's the problem. This isn't Reuben. You're not Reuben.
Yes.
Oh, it's you. Well, as you can see, all that's left of Reuben is a curt note. Who invited you? What are you up to? Me? Nothing special. The only thing of interest that's keeping me here now is the role of Reuben's discovery will play in determining the fate of the polyhedron. What discovery? Reuben believes he has uncovered your secret. He reached that conclusion after studying the inner structure of Simon Kane. And where is he himself? Gone to the Crucible with the good news, and considering that the only good news as far as the Kanes are concerned would be that Simon was still alive, he probably knows how to resurrect Simon and save the town from the Commander's cannons. Otherwise it's suicidal. And what do I have to do with it? I don't know. I think you're part of his calculus. Clara, he could be counting on your help in implementing his plan. And when will Reuben be back? Quite likely never. Why? Because the glorious Kane clan's cards, that's a mouthful, have been reshuffled. Georgi and Victor have faded away. Family tradition requires them to platform some kind of a duty that will soon, if not already, result in their demise. Maria's calling the shots now. Does she have a reason to dislike Reuben? I can foresee that she'll have a reason to dislike his discovery. Maria is quite content with the way things stand now. If Georgi and Victor sacrifice themselves to the memory of their departed, guess who gets to rule? So does this mean that Reuben knows how to bring Simon back? Simon is not simply dead. He was pulverized into atoms, and drops of him are now coursing through the veins of several hundred people. Even a miracle worker can't resurrect someone who's in that state, which means that Reuben is proposing a half measure that will hardly impress Maria enough to make her refuse. Will you go with me? I have other plans. Reuben is doing one stupid thing after another. The fact that he's relying completely on you but still hasn't let you know about it is more proof that Reuben is primarily seeking to atone for his wrongdoing against the Kanes. I wouldn't want to interfere. I'm going to have to go to that horrible place again, which is, as we previously established, filled with plague, but I guess that's a problem for future Joe, because right now Joe is done with this shit. I'll see you next time.